about moving to Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, and more specifically towns like Charlottesville, Virginia. Well, in this video, Leslie and I are going to take you through a pros and cons list of Charlottesville, Virginia. Tell you what's the good, what's the bad of Charlottesville. And if you hang around to the end of the video, I'm going to share with you just kind of a neat little fact about Charlottesville that a lot of people don't know, and you probably don't want to miss out on that. So hang around to the end of the video, but we're going to get started right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Virginia, from its beautiful mountains and valleys, and more specifically towns like Charlottesville, then click on that subscribe button and touch that bell so you can be the first to be notified about all the market information in Virginia's mountains and valleys and towns like Charlottesville. Hi, my name's Stephen Gleason, along with
Leslie Gleason. Here's a amazing wife.
And we work together every day, believe it or not. And we get phone calls and emails every day from folks just like you who are looking to make a move to Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, and we absolutely love it. It's great to be able to help people. And so whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, just pick up the phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The information's all in the description down below, and we'll be happy to help you make your move to Virginia as smooth as possible. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, today we're going to talk about a pros and cons list of Charlottesville, Virginia. And I think first off the top of the list has to be its location. What a great place to be. I mean, you are just in the Piedmont area of Virginia, in the foot of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and especially in the fall of the year. All the seasons are beautiful, but especially in the fall of the year, I mean, just the color changes and going up on Skyline Drive and hiking the Appalachian Trail. There's just countless beautiful things for you to see here in Virginia. It's also very quick because of Interstate 64, which runs east-west, and Highway 29, which runs north-south. Highway 29 will actually take you all the way into Washington, D.C., and Interstate 64 takes you all the way down to Virginia Beach, and you can be there in about 2 hours and 45 minutes down to the beach. So mountains on one side and the beach on the other, if you like the beach.
Best of both worlds.
The best of both worlds, that's exactly right. And now I would say that as far as there is a little bit of a location that's a con, okay? But it's actually, it just depends on what you're looking for. Again, for what I say there is the airport. We do have an airport in Charlottesville, which is great. They serve American, Delta, and United. They're serviced here at the Charlottesville Albemarle Airport. So if you fly on those airlines regularly, Charlottesville is going to be a great place for you to fly in and out of. If you're looking for Southwest or JetBlue, Spirit, exactly, the discount airlines, you're going to have to drive down to Richmond, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away to the airport, or up to Washington, D.C., which is about 2.5 hours away. So, like I say, it's not a major con. It's, as a matter of fact, in a city of 47,000 people, it's great to have an airport.
Yeah.
So really, you consider it a pro in that way.
The only get in and out of
it is easy to get in and out. Drive up, drop off at the door, and you're in. And it is really easy. So like I say, it's a pro to have an airport. Maybe the only con part of it is you don't have all of the major airline carriers that you might have in the larger metropolis type airlines. So that being said, I'm going to go over and I'm going to let Leslie talk about the next pro, and that's the shopping in Charlottesville.
All right, who likes to shop? For a small town, it has several major brand name shopping places, stores. It has Kohl's and it has Best Buy. There is a smaller shopping mall down there. There's also something that you're going to really enjoy is the downtown mall area.
Oh, yeah.
So it's totally blocked off from traffic. It is only a walking area, and you can go in and out of all the shops in the downtown mall. And how long would you say that mall is?
It's about 8 blocks,
yeah.
and you can eat there while you're there too.
There are.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of a food court, you're going to have different restaurants you get to walk in and out of, and it is a very popular spot for downtown.
120 shops downtown and 30 restaurants, right in that small little area there.
Right.
It really is a hub of activity. You can spend a full day there, no doubt. And
there's benches along the way if you get tired, or if you have kids and you want to sit down for a while. There's spots.
That's right. Sure is. So now, as far as Charlottesville goes, I would say a little bit of a con. While it has a lot for a city that's that size, is it does kind of have a lack of big city perks. For example,
Charlottesville has a lack of big city perks. So when you go to a big city, you have major museums like the Smithsonian's that you have in DC area, or like sporting events to see the Nationals is in DC. Are you going to have some of those things in Charlottesville? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You've got some minor leagues, you've got some theaters, you've got
UVA basketball,
football, those types of things. But are they major sporting events or major
not professional
activity? Not professional ones, but they do absolutely have a lot of fun things for you to do in downtown Charlottesville.
Yeah, things like a zoo. Charlottesville's not going to have a zoo. You have to go to Washington D.C. to see the zoo, that type of thing. So like I say, there you go. See the pandas. So if you are like Leslie said, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just that don't come to Charlottesville expecting to have those things. And I think if you do, you'd probably be disappointed. But other than that, Charlottesville has a lot of activities to do in it and things throughout the year. So. Exactly, only a couple hours away. Another thing that's really cool about Charlottesville, and being a former school teacher and having taught history, I always love to talk about history. Third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson's home, Monticello, sits up on the hill just south of the town, like 5-10 minutes outside of the town. And one of his contemporaries, the fifth president of the United States, James Monroe, his estate, the Highlands, sits about 8 minutes away from Thomas Jefferson's place, and another really neat place to see. So an hour south down in Appomattox, you have Appomattox Courthouse, where General Lee surrendered to General Grant to end the Civil War. So there's historical things all over the Charlottesville area and within an hour or two of Charlottesville. So really neat if you're a history buff.
Totally. Another great thing is UVA.
Yeah.
Charlottesville is known as a college town. So the University of Virginia is in Charlottesville, and all of the things that go with that. According to the U.S. News and World Report, UVA is ranked third best among public universities in the United States, which is great claim to fame. It's also affordable. So if you have students that are going to be college age here soon, or if you yourself are looking to have in-state tuition perks, it's only about $21,000 a year to go to UVA. And you can apply for scholarships and things like that to help that affordability.
Yeah.
And again, there's a lot of activities associated with having a college in town. All of the sporting events, the theaters, and those types of things. Yeah,
UVA really offers a lot to the community, and being there right in the downtown area. I would say a con of Charlottesville, compared to the rest of the area around it, is traffic. Well,
is it really?
Yeah. It's not like traffic like being in Washington, D.C. or Boston, New York.
5 on a weekend.
Right, exactly. It's nothing like that, okay? But it does get a little busier, especially up Highway 29 and the bypass, the 250 bypass around Charlottesville. And sometimes it can back up a little bit, but mainly
it's really frustrating.
Not me. But it's really just more of a volume of traffic is what it is. It's a heavier traffic. It doesn't mean that you're going to be sitting in traffic for hours by no stretch of the imagination. It's nothing like that. It's just note that if you come, that traffic is a little bit heavier. But if you're coming out of Washington D.C. or a major city like that, you're going to laugh that I even said the traffic was heavy. But when compared to some of the other smaller towns in the area, the traffic is heavier.
Yes.
So another thing about it about Charlottesville though is the recreation.
Some great recreation areas. So there's 12 public parks in Charlottesville, 13 trails and trail systems that go around the entire city. So those are bike trails, jogging trails, walking trails. You can get on and off wherever you want. There's several different places that you can get on and off those trails, which is great. You also have access to the Appalachian Trail. So that if you're a hiker, there's waterfalls, there's hikes, there's beautiful scenery that you're going to enjoy there, as well as the 2 ski resorts that we have here in the area. We have Wintergreen and we have Massanet, and those are all season resorts. In other words, you can go there and have activities all year round, from golf in the summertime to indoor swimming In the wintertime at Massanutten, they have an indoor water park. Both of them have ski, tubing in the winter. They have all kinds of wintertime activities there. So you can enjoy all the seasons at either one of those resorts, which is great.
Yeah, it is really, really a lot of good recreation. They've done some good planning in Charlottesville to make sure that's available to the residents of Charlottesville there. So one of the things that I always like to talk about, because I am a golfer, and so I always bring up. So if you're not a golfer, you can just skip through this next section. But I think one of the pros of Charlottesville is that it has 7 golf courses within 30 minutes, and we're talking about some quality golf courses. Okay,
Some
some of them I have played. I mean, for example, if you're looking to be a private member at a club, there's 2 fantastic clubs in town. There's Farmington Country Club and Glendale Country Club, and both of them are members-only type clubs, and they're just unbelievably well manicured and immaculate type courses. At the same time, if you're looking to play a high-quality course as well that's open to the public, about a half an hour away, you have Spring Creek Golf Course, which was ranked in Golf Digest top 100 public courses that you can play in the United States this past year. And another one, Birdwood Golf Course, which is a Davis Love design, was ranked by Golf Digest as the 3rd best renovated course in 2021 after Davis Love went in and redid the course. And it's immaculate. It's where UVA, it's their home course, as a matter of fact, and it's a really beautiful course. There's some other public courses. There's like a resort type course as well at Keswick Hall, Full Cry Golf Course there, and you can stay and play there. And then there's 2 courses that are pretty much open to the public. Old Trail, which is about 20 minutes to the west of Charlottesville, a beautiful course in Crozet. And then you also have Meadow Creek, which is right in Charlottesville. And those are the 2 most affordable golf courses that are there. I would say while the quality of golf courses is fantastic in the Charlottesville area, if there would be a con to it, it would be the affordability of the golf that's there. Really, Crozet, the Crozet Old Trail, and Meadow Creek, those are the 2 most affordable, with Meadow Creek being anywhere, depending on walking, riding, day of the week, that type of thing, between $32 and $57 to play, and Old Trail between like $54 and $104 to play. The other courses that I mentioned, like Spring Creek and Birdwood, those courses are going to be in the summertime, $150 or more to play. So if you're a regular golfer where you're playing 1 or 2 times a week, unless you're paying a lot of money for a round of golf, you're going to be kind of limited to those 2 courses within a half an hour of Charlottesville. Now, if you're a golfer that the price doesn't matter, or if you want a person that just likes to go to a nice course once or twice a year, that type of thing, then Charlottesville is a great place, and play some of those courses like that have the higher green fees, because they won't disappoint you. They're beautiful courses. But like I say, so I think overall golf is a pro, but I think the affordability, that could be a con, depending upon the person and what you're looking for. The next thing I want to talk about is the cost of living, and I'm going to bring up a couple slides here, and you can see it's a little more expensive. Now, if you look here on the slide, that I got right here, you're going to see that Charlottesville is about 4% more expensive to live in than the rest of the United States overall. The bigger thing, though, is the housing. And the housing is about 10% higher than the rest of the country. Now, if you're coming from a large major city, Boston, New York, you're gonna like the rates in Charlottesville, the prices of houses. But here's for an example: if you take a look here in Orlando, you can see that if you were to move from Orlando, the average price of a house in Charlottesville is only about 2.5% higher than it was in Orlando, where Universal Studios, Mickey, and all that stuff is down there. By the same token, if you were to move in from Philadelphia, you can see that the cost of a house in Charlottesville is about flat, about 1% lower, and same way with Atlanta. So they give you an idea of some of the cities that are around the country where the cost is comparable to living in Charlottesville. So if you look at the next slide here, it shows you these are the houses that sold in 2022, and the average 2, 3, or 4 bedroom house that sold in 2022 in the Charlottesville area was $511,000. So it depends, what your budget is, and there are places that are lower than that average, and there are places that are much higher than that average as well. So it depends where your budget fits into in order to meet that need. The last thing I want to talk about, always like to talk about the climate. Yeah. According to bestplaces.net, you can see on this slide here that Charlottesville ranks 8 out of 10 in summertime climate and 6 out of 10 in wintertime climate. And so also you can see here on the slide that Charlottesville has about 25 days a year when the temperature gets over 90 degrees. So, and if you're not looking for 25 days over 90 degrees, you can always move up into the Shenandoah Valley, and it's about half of that.
It's up in elevation.
And then the other thing is the amount of snow. And the average amount of snow in the United States is 28 inches. Now, if you're in Florida, obviously not 28 inches, but if you're in Minnesota, it's probably more than that. So, but in Charlottesville, it's about 15 inches a year. And the thing about it is it melts off quickly. And so you really have access to a lot of different outdoor activities all throughout the winter, but you get to chance to enjoy the seasons too and see snow on the ground and see snow coming down for a little bit as well. So I think those are pretty much the pros and cons of Charlottesville. And one of the things I told you, there's a little bit, and one of the neat things about Charlottesville that a lot of people don't know is that there's a lot of celebrities that actually have residences in and around Charlottesville. John Grisham, the famous fiction writer, has a place here. Chris and Hallie Long both have places here. Sissy Spacek, Dave Matthews, and one of the people that's really popular right now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, has a horse farm here near Charlottesville. So if you come to Charlottesville and you're walking around town, you never know. You may see somebody that you see on TV and in the movies as well. So it's kind of another neat little thing about Charlottesville. So like I say, if you're looking to move to the area, whether it be in 9 days or 90 days, Leslie and I would love to help you. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us that email. And we can definitely help you, give you more information about Charlottesville and the surrounding areas if Charlottesville is not for you, so that you can make an informed decision and be confident in your decision when you come. So I hope this helps you out a lot, and give us a call. But until next time, we'll see you around town.